And ladies and gentlemen, the first third map for this stream today, we've got Wings Up versus TYLOO. Whoever loses this will be eliminated. It's do or die for both sides now. TYLOO, they don't have that safety net of a map advantage. We start on the T side of Dust2, and it's up for anyone right now, really, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I just don't even know what to think about anymore. All I know is that the WUChildKinG is looking to make everyone their subject. Wings Up, they are in a really good spot coming off of the win on a map they had never won before, or at least hadn't won remotely recently against TYLOO. This is another map we can say the same thing about.
Have had a little bit more success on Dust2, but it does not matter when DanKing is hitting shots like that. Slowly on the flank, he's going to be tapping away, and he'll finally start connecting in a very dynamic manner. The king of pistols, he does it again. But it's all down to Martin, 1 versus 4, surely not. This is such an unwinnable round. He's going to be jumping above the smoke, even hits that second shot onto the king himself slowly. And who's it going to be today? WUChildKinG slowly. Who will take the crown on Dust2, and who will push them further into day 2, where they'll face the loser of Lin Vision or Atom.
We knew, coming into the second map, we were certain this series was going to be a 2-0, but Wings Up apparently with some kind of glow up since the previous games against TYLOO. We still have got so much left to be decided here on this map. Of course, this isn't the end of the tournament for these teams. They're just playing like it is the finals.
Yeah, I mean, for them, it is like you want to play every match like it's your last one. You are literally in the lower bracket, and DanKing, oh my god, is he farming them? Almost stays alive, but he actually goes in with the pistol. Summer saves him there, and that will be only one casualty and a lot of confidence brewing for this Chinese-Indonesian side. European,
oh,
now,
absolutely.
I guess, with the coach.
Well, no, you're right, absolutely, of course. This is the elimination match, which will send one of these teams out of the competition, and for the other, it is the beginning of a long journey. This is the first step for the lower bracket. They'll be facing off against the loser of the upper bracket finals, which is going on right now, and then, and only then, will they get one more crack at it in the grand finals. It's a long way to go, but these teams seem to be up to the challenge.
I mean, you have to be if you want to fight to play alongside the best in the world and in your country and in your region. That's what you have to be doing. TYLOO now, they've had an explosive start to Dust2. Will it continue? DanKing will probably have the answer in mid.
And waiting on the other side of the door, the portal to destiny. DanKing pops that one across, does manage to escape out without having the question answered fully. They don't have a huge amount of backup either.
I was going to say, he's escaping for now. He's really hanging around unnecessarily long. If they just popped on him, he probably would have died there. He was in the middle of no man's land. A minute left on the clock. Wings Up. They actually use 2 smokes on CT. Not necessarily they can afford, especially considering how they don't have too much. DanKing re-aggressing, but it's going to be WUChildKinG. WUChildKinG yet to get a frag, but he's in a pretty good position to do so. But now, the focus is on the B bomb site. Will Summer and the aforementioned DanKing survive? And, well, most definitely no.
No, it's answered very definitively there, so no bonus round for TYLOO. But I think that's going to send some shivers up their spine that play onto the B site was so crisp and so quick. I don't even think the equipment made a difference there.
There's really not too much to say about that, apart from TYLOO probably could have taken some space somewhere on the map where they didn't. They got executed upon, and Wings Up just nicely isolated those 2 frags. I like the smoke they put down. It was like an extension of the lurk smoke, and it was able to just get a 1v1 on Summer very freely. I do like that, and they knew that DanKing had just rotated in from the sound cues, and WUChildKinG didn't even need to expose himself. So we were talking in the break about, okay, is there a little bit of a reliance on said WUChildKinG? That first round, there was nothing. WUChildKinG's actually the only player to die.
Yeah, and of course they fall victim to Slowly, who is, of course, their opposite number. But that doesn't change the result. Wings Up now on the board. They got their round. For TYLOO, I wonder if they're going to be... Yeah, they're not going to be spending out absolutely everything in the round to try and mount a comeback.
I don't know if I like this or not. I guess we'll just see what happens. They do still have a little bit. It's not exactly like they have nothing. This M4 on underpass could actually start farming, especially because the scouts tagged baited them in. But, oh, you know what? Never mind. Martin is out for blood. And what a beginning we've seen so far. Both these teams just electrical.
I mean, yeah, they've been performing off the charts, but it looks like we are moving into the era of wings up. TYLOO, yeah, with the surprising buy for the round, they felt like they had a chance of making something happen, but instead they're going to be shoved off to the A side into obscurity while the plant is made. Wings up, I think very happy with how that round went.
You have to be, really. You know, it's when you have this scare, you're up against at least some upgraded weaponry, and you get lucky where you are able to isolate the 1v1s again onto the mid to B player. This time, DanKing, he was present, but he didn't actually just do. He didn't die nor get a kill. Didn't really do too much overall with that scout. But they have saved into this next round. They've also saved, as in like they saved this round into this, I guess, the round we're about to play. They've also got weaponry saved over. So my inkling is I'm interested. Yeah, what's their buy gonna be like?
Fascinating to see as well, and Wings Up, they've tried to aggress a little bit onto TYLOO to try and, I think, pressure their future buys, as we'll get to see. So we now will have the AWP joining the Scout on sniping duties, but for TYLOO, I'm very curious to see where these last couple of weapons come in. It looks like WUgaSsS will hold on to the SMG. So we've got snipers, we've got the SMG and the rifles as well. TYLOO need to get their comeback now.
It's a lot of confidence in DanKing here. You've put Slowly on a scout because of that. But DanKing is going to be taking early aggression all the way up to middle. He's not going to find anything. And Wings Up, they're going to take early long for, well, pretty much for free, actually. They have no contestion. They've cleared out car. They've cleared everything out very nicely. And they've done that within 15 seconds without really having to force anything. Where do they go with this now? They're actually falling all the way back towards T-spawn. The Xbox smoke will be thrown. It just allows a lot of space. You can see here, attacker, you've got to be careful. What does he choose to do here? Is he going to aggress with sort of 3 players behind him? Yes, he will. Molotov doesn't necessarily have to be thrown, but he will anyway. They're going to flash and peek behind it, clear completely middle, but look where Slowly is. He's the only player on this B-bomb site. Wings Up, they pop onto him, that's round over. Like, look, yeah, they've completely left B. Slowly's dead. There's no way he gets even one here, maybe. And he's going to rotate off as well.
I think he's aware, but yeah, with the scout, he actually does land the shot, takes another just for good measure, knows at least they don't have a lot of equipment left to lose. TYLOO are coming in, and it slowly lands the shot. There's still a chance, gets another. The scout's code comes in, and Bingo is left stumbling away saying, what on earth just happened?
What? How? How is Summer? That is fantastic. That's it was Slowly with the scout. He tags the first row of smoke, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, okay, the rotations, I can see them coming in, but that's it. That's round over. Hits the first headshot. Hits the second headshot. DanKing comes in with 2. Perfection from TYLOO. That is an absolutely unbelievable round.
You want to know how that happened, Freddy?
Please explain.
It happened slowly.
Can I leave? Is there like an option just to leave?
Oh well, it was totally worth it. Slowly will pull it out again, gets the double, shows they are not just a scout, but they are a warrior standing guard at the gates of the B site, and Wings Up are not welcome.
They still do have 3 players alive. Also with the AWP, the bomb's outside B, not Banana. That was a long time ago.
B-Nana.
B-Nana. And you can also see, though, Summer, he's holding middle. You've got Slowly as per the B anchor. I will never doubt his abilities ever again in this world. They're going to flash in middle. They're going to force off originally Summer. He is going to get smoked off, but that nade's actually going to do a lot of damage if they were there. They did run away at the last second. Second and third equally don't do too much. Bingo is just matrixing everything right now, and so is going to be careful again. He's going to get tested. He has no pressure of mid, but the problem is he doesn't even hit a single shot on those B players. Flashes come straight through, but Summer's gone before the flashbangs. 3 versus 2 now. The bomb goes down. Lan is yet to frag, but he does have an AWP in his hand. There's a very, very long flank of attacker all the way in T-spawn. Will he be able to be effective whatsoever? Martin right now, 8 kills. The nade lands on DanKing. And TYLOO, they're going to start their retake.
Very carefully considered here, and it pays off. Attacker finds right place, right time, and cleans it all up. I was with you there. I was fully ready for Wings Up to pull up a successful defense, but for once, we didn't see completely unmitigated aggression. It was somewhat mitigated.
It was a nice round overall from TYLOO. Summer tried his best to troll by just running through the smoke, but they will, in the end, take it. The bomb goes down, so Wings Up will get the extra little bit of money. They won't choose to buy into it. Martin literally has 6 grand in his pocket, but by and large, TYLOO, they're looking to be... They're already looking more solidified than they were on Ancient. On Ancient, they just look scrappy the whole time.
I mean, this is a good recovery as well from what looked like Wings Up taking back control of the game. And now TYLOO in such a strong position. Slowly is back on the B side again by themselves. I'm kind of surprised that Wings Up want to try this once more, but maybe they think they've got something different. Slowly, though, is consistent as anything. And with Summer in backup, Wings Up are regretting their life decisions.
I mean, he doesn't even need to see them. He just spammed the smoke blind, and that's maybe the argument for why the M4 is better than the A1S. However, look at this right now. The bomb is actually completely open for Wings Up. And TYLOO, they just seem to not care. Like, yeah, they're not really going to contest the bomb whatsoever. Danky's going to be the first point of contact here. He does at least drop the AK, but Lan getting this bomb down is best case scenario for them. They were, what, 5 versus 2, and then they get the bomb down. I feel like that's a success overall, I won't lie.
No, absolutely. I think, if anything, we saw a little bit of the price for TYLOO of going out and having Attacker going on the flank again, so they do leave holes in their defense, and the Wings Up were able to read that into their strategy and find a way through. It worries me for TYLOO's later rounds of Wings. If they can do that on a round where they've got basically nothing, what kind of holes can they poke in TYLOO's formation when they are fully armed?
It's like poking the hole, but then you also got to think of, like, TYLOO are playing that round. Like, they know it's a 5v2, they know it's an eco. They're probably just a little bit more, what's the word? Like, just, they're not playing their defaults correctly. And Wings Up, I can't tell what their default is right now, because a default 3 towards B is not exactly abnormal, but to do it in a manner like this is, and yeah, Lan still yet to frag. He's almost mimicking James Bond alongside WUChildKinG, actually, who went from, exactly what was it, 36 to 13, was it? Was that his scoreline at the end of that first game? Second game, rather?
Oh my gosh. I will take a quick check on the numbers, but it was a sign.
Okay, give a check on numbers, because it was like, it wasn't far off that. Regardless of what it was very, very close in that manner. He's yet to frag in this game. Very dangerous. Okay, 31 to 16. I got it a little bit wrong. Only 126 ADR, only a 1.8 rating, and only, like, what even is that kill difference? Like, what is that, like, just under 2 KD? Literally under a 2 KD by 1 kill. So I think, you know what, he can be let off this once. Right now, TYLOO,
for good behavior.
Yeah, for good behavior, he can go out on parole. But right now, this is like a nice little setup. Unless that happens, that's probably the worst thing that could happen. Everyone gets caught out in the open, and okay, its advantage has just disappeared because of, well, 1v1s and TYLOO overthinking themselves. 30 seconds left. Summer, this man is just, he just can't stay still. He needs to stand still because Danky's got 3 players coming up long. He has to be the executioner now. He has to be the judge, but he'll be none of them.
No, and it's down to Slowly, who's not even on site. Will spot Gas, who's going to be crashing down. Doesn't maybe expect Slowly to be coming quite as aggressively as this. So should be maybe one more kill for TYLOO, but as far as the round goes, Wings Up, they did find their point of weakness, and apparently, it was just to say, it was the 1v1s. But TYLOO, their footing feeling a lot less sure than it was before.
I mean, that's probably one of the worst long setups I've ever seen in my life, where you've got Attacker taking one, you've got Attacker taking in 1v1, you've got the second player with a Molotov in their hand, but they're nowhere near to help them. He throws the Molotov after Attacker's died, so they're like, okay, we're so far ahead of this. He's out in the open. Summer doesn't know if he wants to focus on short or help his teammate. They do boost Danking up, and he doesn't even get a single frag.
Alright, Wings Up. They're back to where they want to be, WUChildKinG. Still without having picked up a kill so far, this has been the Martin and Bingo show with a little bit of gas. But that's honestly pretty ridiculous that so, like, you know, nearly every kill from Wings Up is on one of two players.
Yeah, which is what we've seen so far for them, and it hasn't exactly. It seems to work for them. And again, 4 towards B very early on, slowly. Normally, a demon over on the bomb site will be underpass. They're looking for him. They're searching for him. They're actually going to throw a flashbang at each other, but it still somehow warrants them a kill. Martin, 2 KD. He's doing his best WUChildKinG impression, and Wings Up. They're trying their best to troll, but somehow still working.
I mean, now they've actually got access to the B site if they realize it. TYLOO moving into
that's
mid.
Fantastic.
WUGASsS. This is the contrast in spades here. While WUChildKinG has fallen off a cliff, WUGASsS has come alive for TYLOO and is currently, you know, only behind slowly in terms of frags. This is the difference maker. I think this is why this game is going to be a hell of a ride right to the very end.
I mean, the problem is still, again, you have 2 players who are yet to frag. WUGASsS thought he had an angle, but the problem is they actually do just go past. He does get a leg wall bang on Bingo, so it's not going to do too much damage. WUGASsS does drop the smoke at the perfect time. They'll be sitting right behind this. This is a cool flashbang. Okay, I don't know what he was trying to do there, but he will just hold his flashbang in his hand. Will finally release it. This is a really cool flashbang. Literally lands on the ledge, blinds all of them. 2 on the A-bomb site, and no one else even remotely near. But 2's all they need, because WUGASsS is a machine. He doesn't need even WUChildKinG. He picks up the orb on for a 4K, bomb in front of him, but it actually will be the Molotov that does deny him any more success. Lan, in a 1 versus 2, still yet to frag, may I add, will get the bomb down.
Well, at least they're getting the job done here. We're going to miss the shot, getting pinged to pieces. Utility coming in as well. Lands last gasp. Can they pull off a miracle? Or will it be back to TYLOO again? We'll be batting these rounds backwards and forwards, but summer comes a call in, and that will be an end of it.
How would you... I've never seen on round 9... Oh, this is round 10. Wait, no. Round 9. Yeah. Round 9.
Yes.
Firstly, 2 people with 0 frags, and then your team actually has 3 rounds. And then secondly, someone in a 1v2 who hasn't got a frag yet. How would you get yourself in that position? It's genuinely impressive. And I also love how WUChildKing's like getting in BnTeT's way, but BnTeT's like, just let me do it. Let me do it. Let me at him. Let me at him. And he actually also gets his first 3 frags of the round in that quick succession. So nice to see the Indonesian IGL stepping up to the plate when his team needs him. And again, Wings Up, they're sending 5 players towards his B bomb site early. There's 2 underpass with TYLOO, 1 short, and then just danking outside long doors.
That's the rifle gone from Wings Up as well, which reduces their firepower massively right onto the site where they will be running into WUChildKinG. WUChildKinG has to give space. I think Wings Up should be able to get the plant off, even if the round is very far away from winnable.
Yeah, it's going to be a very difficult one. 3 Tech 9s at close range, though, is... I would never put out of the rounds a possibility. Martin, he runs in to help his teammate, then gets full blind as they flash in. That's really unfortunate. You can see he's like, I got you, don't worry, I'm blind. It's just like, it's so unlucky. But TYLOO, 7-3. They're looking a lot more dominant here, Pete.
And you could forgive them for, you know, having that crisis of confidence, losing the map that they just don't lose to Wings Up. Now we're in Dust2 again. This is a map that, again, on paper for TYLOO, should be heavily favored. I feel like there's so much potential here for Wings Up that's still locked down. How on earth can Lan and WUChildKinG not have any kills 11 rounds in?
It's actually... just shocking. Like, these are the 2, but especially WUChildKinG, you know, it was unbelievable in this first game. He's actually got away, sorry. The fact Dangy's, you can see Bingo's like, wait, what? Huh? How's he got away? But no, this game is, I mean, this series, this day has given us some unreal scenes, and it's just getting more evident as we're seeing more games we played. WUChildKinG, he's holding the same angle he did last time, not going to find anything yet again, and what he will miss is just 4 players going up short. There's only 1 player on this A-bomb site right now. It's Attacker. He's got a lot to do here, Pete.
Dan is on the way, But yeah, Attacker is going to hold ground. They have got Slowly coming in from the side. Maybe Slowly won't get spotted out. We've also got Ben holding ground against any potential flank as Martin is dropped. Bingo is gone as well. We are down to 2 players with 0 kills. IEM, come on, where are the kills?
He doesn't even get that last kill on Attacker. This man, he's cursed 2 0 and 9s. It's just still the fact at round 9, when you've got 3 rounds of your team, you're in a 1v2 and you yet to have a frag. Like, I think that's actually impressive, Pete, more than anything. I think that's genuinely, because these are 2 good players.
You must be setting some kind of record here, surely.
There's no way that... No, wait. There's no way that we see them ending the half and maybe even the game with 0 frags. I
see what you're doing. I see what you're doing, Freddy. You're attempting to deploy a cast of witch powers.
Wait. Surely they get a frag before the end of the half. Surely, right? Surely they get a frag.
There we go.
Surely
it's all about the witchcraft.
Surely
over on TYLOO's side, though, we have the opposite situation where everybody's locking down a good amount, and you notice that Ben was, the last player to join the rest of TYLOO in the sun, but they had their round in round 9 where they got the 3K, so the whole team pulling together. Again, this is the, even if TYLOO can win out here, they're still fighting through the lower bracket. Wings up. They have proven to be so much more of a team than anybody could have expected.
Been baned by technical pauses this whole day, and the fact that Wings Up are on LAN and one of their players is disconnected is always a little bit... Ooh.
Well, it's not all their players. It's not all their players. Yeah. We did establish if that was the problem, it would have been all of them. So
maybe they just kicked out like an Ethernet cable. And it's like, oh, sorry lads, I need to come back in. But it is also one of the 2 low. It's one of the 2 0 kill players. So I do find that funny where he's probably just like, guys, I just need a second. I'm gonna go aimbots. We got to just say we've had a 10. Just say the Wi-Fi's out. I need to go into aimbots real quick. I need to go shoot some bots. I can't hit anything right now. But TYLOO, I'm pretty sure this is 6 in a row. They've had a really, really decisive CT side. Everyone's had their limelight. Slowly was just unreal on that B-bomb site, and it feels like everyone else since they had those struggling early stages, it's all gone away. A lot of the momentum will be halted right now. You got to remember this is a tech pause. They're sitting there. They're mellowing. That goes both ways onto Wings Up, sitting there and just being tilted. You're at the 3rd map. You've got all this way, and you're being demolished. That does not sit right in your head.
No, I think for Wings Up, absolutely. Whatever the reason might be, the pause is well needed. And honestly, I would have loved to have seen the pause quite a while ago, because it just feels like it's, throwing good money after bad for Wings Up to keep on playing, the game the way it's being played right now. TYLOO, they recovered their form. And, they are definitely they're positioning themselves, particularly here on Dust2, as a team that can make a serious run for the lower bracket and challenge again in the grand final.
No, we can also actually check because the EU IEM Road to Rio last qualifiers actually started. So we see today, we'll see today the first 4 teams that qualify, and then there'll also be 2 more to go through on that front. I'm pretty sure South America ended last night, if I'm not mistaken. I could double check on that. There's a lot of games going on right now. I know the UK boys absolutely were awful in the RMR, so that was really unfortunate. We had the last RMR. We had M Point, we had Insta Breach, and it was just thinking, you know what, this is the time to shine. They both got 3rd rounded. I don't know how, and it was a little bit unfortunate. Fnatic went through, so you can have pride in the UK boys. 1pin did pretty well, so that was always quite nice. The youngsters. But right now you've got the Astralis versus WUChildKinG game, which is probably one of the most weirdly exciting games I've had in a while. Where these guys, for anyone who doesn't know, Astralis have been struggling to get through the open qualifiers, which, as you might guess, shouldn't be the case because they are one of the best teams in the world. And right now, they are playing against WUChildKinG, who had knocked them out previously. And this is a big grudge match right now. And I'm good friends with the Polish boys. and they're a bit nervous, but they're like, bring it on. Also, we have got an update. There is TS issues right now, so that's at least it's not, it shouldn't be awful. That is something that is fixable.
Yes, that's a lot less bad than it could be. So hopefully we'll get things back underway again. I mean, you're saying I think that's a kind of really interesting point to bring up since we've got a little bit of time to work with the, how important it is, as casters, of course, to have those kind of inside lines and how the players are feeling to kind of give you guys those kind of scoops and those kind of insights that you might otherwise just not get.
Well, I mean, it comes with the job, I guess. Just consistently commentating these games. You go to events, you start talking to people, and then you've got to make sure that you don't have, even though like I'm friends with some of these people, you can't have that as a, you can never be biased upon that in that as well. So the last players, LAN has -1 kills now. It's round. Oh my god, it's literally. It's round 12, and he's got -1 kills. That must be a record.
I think we are seeing history being made here. For Wings Up, it's a piece of history that I suspect they'll be wanting to forget once it's all said and done. But I have to admit, in the aftermath of the pause, as we start to come back and get everything lined up, I do find myself feeling pretty bad for Wings Up here, because coming out of Ancient, they were looking like a team that could absolutely take TYLOO to the map and provide the upset and go on themselves to bigger and brighter things. Now it just all seems to be falling to pieces.
Still paused. We're hopefully getting underway quickly. Just a quick, like, you guys good? I'm good? Okay, let's go.
Get your squats in before we start again.
Yeah, get stretch the hamstring, stretch the wrist. Stretch the wrist? Flex the wrist? I don't know, like stretch your
Does
hand
your
stretches.
wrist stretch?
I know you can do hand stretches. I know, like muscles and stuff. Because I know you get like carpal tunnel. Wait, so what's carpal tunnel? Is that? Do you?
Yeah, you could get respirative strain injury on your hand as well.
Yeah,
I'm sure our players are during the downtime. That's absolutely something they're going to be doing.
Some people don't realize you have to. That's the only problem. Like some people are like, "Oh, I play games. I don't need to do it." But then in reality, it's actually like you need to take care of your body quite a lot.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I've been thinking that we're kind of at the part of esports history now where you mentioned it in, I think, one of our previous games where we're talking about, we've got psychologists coming in for the teams and things.
Yeah.
Even before that happened, we were already getting, the physios coming for teams and saying, yeah, you're playing, while you may not be running around an arena while you're playing CSGO, you're still doing a high-intensity physical activity, even if most of it's going to be confined to your hands. If anything, that's worse because you've got 1 point of failure.
It's also mentally more than anything. You want to keep your mind as sharp as possible. And I know, like, right off the top of my head, I know 3 players within the UK scene who have had to retire or take extended breaks because of wrist injuries. That's quite a serious thing. If that's something where it's like, you mentioned, I'm like, oh yeah, I know these 3 players, bam, bam, bam. One of them, was getting signed to Fnatic Academy, and then he got his wrist injury, and it's like it can happen at any time. It can do whatever. But yeah, it's so cool in esports now that there's a big sense of professionalism, and the majority of tier 1 teams either have psychologists or players. I know Twists, he doesn't use the FaZe psychologist, but he uses actually the psychologist he used to use in Liquid. So you don't necessarily have one that's provided to you always, but there's always the offer. I think that's what I'm pretty sure. There's always just like, if you want it, take it, and sometimes we might even enforce it.
Oh, for sure. And I think I think we're kind of like just we take the pictures are really wide here. I do think esports is emerging somewhat from the kind of infancy in that kind of regard, where we're moving down a road where ideally later on you aren't able to draw to mind easily the names of the players who've had these kind of injuries or who've had to retire because of their the mental getting too much, the experience of being in esports being too much. 2 more immediate concerns. I do believe we have our teams back ready to go once more. For Wings Up, let's see if the break was good enough to reset their performance.
It's interesting to see if LAN or WUChildKinG were able to get Yeah, anything really. I think that's kind of the aim of the game right now. This is not going to be the round as they are on the Deagles. TYLOO already starting off very quickly, slowly. He's been anything but slow, it feels like, this whole series. He's charging down Banana, he's charging up middle. A flashbang will be pulled right for him. He's going to get popped in middle, and that's perfect. He spots 2 out, gets one of them, and then just backs off. Danking as well as got his underpass. This is absolutely perfect. He gets the jiggle, and well, TYLOO, can anything stop them right now? I'm honestly not sure if anything can.
I mean, they're getting nothing.
Crisp.
Absolutely nothing, and both Lan and WUChildKinG will have to settle for being kingless. Slowly on an absolute tear.
0 and 10.
This is, I mean, yeah, unprecedented, unbelievable. TYLOO, I mean, we came out of the second game being like, oh, maybe we'll see one of these teams go through and just have a ridiculously dominant run. We are not that far off of TYLOO, almost keeping a clean sheet through this. All the rounds for Wings Up they've won are now seeming further and further away.
Lan does have his AWP out, but again, not looking too hot with it so far. WUChildKinG, I'm just waiting for him to pop off like he was over on Ancients, and it's almost like he's got his team here being like, guys, I can do this, we can do this. And then as soon as they've got there, he went, yeah, you know what, I can't do it. And it's very unfortunate. TYLOO now then, they do have a 6-round lead, looking to make it even further, and it is getting further. This is just dire. This is bad for Wings Up.
It does feel like it's disappearing for Wings Up, pushing that boulder up the hill, running into Summer, but it's 1 for 1. And that does mean that Gas getting picked off. I love the line from TYLOO across mid there. Just such great control from all directions. Ben gonna back off as Bingo walks forward. Child is still up with a chance of getting their first kill, but no. Bingo is his name, but Bingo will drop 2, and it's a better round, but it's not the round the Wings needed.
It's also the other 3 haven't got more than like 4 kills in the last 5-6 rounds. It genuinely has been so dominant, and the economy is embodying that perfectly. Attacker 5 digits, Danking 5 digits, BnTeT slowly and slowly on 7k, Summer on 5k. They're sitting so comfortably. These last 2 rounds, it doesn't even matter if they win with 1 player remaining. They can have everyone die. It does not matter a thing. Wings Up. They have 2 Tech 9s, 2 Deagles and an AK. They've actually invested a hero AK on WUChildKinG. He has no money, and now slowly he's very aggressive up middle here, and he will actually not give anyone his first frag. I'm just waiting until he does.
This could be the round.
This could be the round, but no, Lan's actually just gonna get, he's just actually gonna get no scope. That's a little bit unlucky, and Attacker is looking to put everything in the bin, but no!
He did it!
WUChildKinG gets his first frag, but that would be it. TYLOO, a very dominant third map, 11 to 3. Perfect for them.
Oh my lord. I mean, this has come up for us before. I think, when our sort of metrics for success from Wings Up is getting their primary carry their first kill before the end of the first half, then you know that this has been a disaster that will resonate through Wings Up memory. For this point forward, everything pointed to TYLOO moving on in the competition. They will be fighting again and again to get back to the finals. Wings Up, they've got the money to try again, but they're going to need to try a lot harder than we've seen so far.
Yeah, Summer's going to be the first point of contact with this A1S. Actually just dropping utility. Oh, how many mates does he have? Is he just going to be just throwing an airstrike on middle on these players? Oh my god, he is. There's going to be so many nades going on them, and they're doing so much damage. They try to make actually something of it, and that's exactly what will happen. BnTeT, he's got a nade of himself, and it's going to do so much damage. Everyone is literally a fraction of their health. He's got a flash in hand and a smoke. Slowly, ahead of this lurk smoke. It's perfect, but BnTeT actually runs out of bullets over on middle. Slowly, they've heard the spam, but it does not matter because he sprays them both down through the smoke. Lan, WUChildKinG, Bingo, literally both on under 40, all 3 of them under 40 HP, slowly on 20 frags. He's an absolute animal right now, and he's not putting his foot off the pedal.
He has only got 5 HP though. Will he be brave enough to face them down? It's 2 versus 3. Wings Up at the end of the half. They need this win to at least leave this half with anything. The plan is good. Attacker and Slowly versus WUChildKinG and Bingo. Lan has got their first 2 kills. WUChildKinG needs to be returning.
This flash is going to pop over, it's going to blind him right, and that is unfortunate. Another flash is going to blind WUChildKinG, unless he dodges from it, which he will. There's still a flash and a Molotov on the board. WUChildKinG, 22 HP. The Molotov doesn't hit him. He's going to try to hit the first 1v1, which he will. Knows where Attacker is, hiding behind the box, and he'll claim it. He doubles his frag. He triples his frags in one round, and he also gifts his team a 4th round. TYLOO, they go on to the second half with an extended lead.
Finally, the return of the king. That's your Lord of the Rings reference for you. Finally, it turns up for Wings Up, but it feels like it's massively too late.
Yeah, I don't know how much it's going to be worth. If TYLOO win this pistol round and win the second, I'd say that's GG.
Oh boy, so this time round, I think, yeah, probably this is going to be on the Wings Up side of things. They're not going to immediately slam us into the second half. Instead, going to take some more moments to recalibrate and hopefully show us something very different.
Pistol round will be starting here. TYLOO, let's see what they buy. I'm interested. What are they going to be getting? One set of utility. Will they buy up a second one? They seem to be contemplating it. Does someone drop over a P250? Does he buy flashes? Or he can buy armor? A smoke and a Molotov? Not necessarily the most... Yeah, I was going to say. A smoke and a Molotov, not necessarily the two things you think of that you'd have only in a pistol round. The two flashes will secure them the bomb site. And I guess the first smoke here would be for doors on B. And then the second one would be to just replenish that. But right now, TYLOO, they're playing a little bit slower this round. They do see aggression towards underpass, and they are just going to chill out a second and actually maybe go back back through T-spawn, back to A.
Trying to keep us on our toes, I suppose. Yeah, TYLOO's certainly proving very slippery. Wings Up, they have got some decent reinforcements, gas and land ready to come back and reinforce A if needed, but WUChildKinG is waiting, newly returned to their throne. You can see they're hungry to get the first kill in, but it's gonna be a bit of a crapshoot with so many TYLOO members around the corner. WUChildKinG gets think pretty hard, but still stays standing. Reinforcements are here.
Yeah, the reinforcements are here, but it does not matter when Slowly is just bounding onto your bomb site. He doesn't expect that second player to be around by Gandalf and Gas now. So the only frag for Wings Up in this round, but he gets demolished. He jiggles out. DanKing owns him. One in elevator, one in short. They know where the last two remaining players are. They've got the bomb on their back. Martin is really trying to get DanKing here, and DanKing's playing with fire. 6 HP. He's just dancing around, baiting them in. And well, they have to get some frags soon, and that's a good start. Goes to the quickly jump, doesn't connect the USP shot. He will get killed from long, and bingo now in a 1v3, 1v2, 1v1. He has a kit. He has a kit down on the ground. He knows where BNTeT is. He doesn't have much HP, and he will secure it. No way does bingo win this. The pistol rounds have been absolutely unreal this game, and they continue in that same manner. 26 HP and a dream.
I would not have credited that in a million years, but for Wings Up, they need to pull off something beyond belief, beyond reason, if they're going to come back and take this map for themselves. I still was way too close for Comfort, but I suppose Comfort is a long way in the rearview mirror for Wings Up.
Exactly. Yeah, well, I'm honestly just so confused that that was able to even be a possibility.
Martin's going to open up even more possibilities. Getting the first kill in. Wings Up. The reset allows them back in, apparently with a refreshed point of view.
Just the fact they have an AWP out second round as well, like, it's actually ridiculous. It's also quite funny, I guess.
But it's a testament to how bloody the first round was.
Yeah, he goes, I think it was bingo that one, but here, have it. And he won't really struggling as he has this whole series. This whole map. He won't be able to find the frag, and it will just be these two short players bounding out. They have done a bait and switch the CT side. WUChildKinG is playing anti-flash right now. They don't have any. They have no flashbangs to throw. And finally, the AWP will come in contact, and they're just going to dry swing up short. WUChildKinG will trade out his teammate, and he'll even get the second one as well. TYLOO They aren't able to convert that second round, and Wings Up, they get a 6th.
Oh boy. I mean, you know, again, of course, this is going to be the time, I think, when we'll see TYLOO trying to swing back in. At least it has been before. Wings Up, though. I'm really impressed with what we're seeing right now, and maybe, yeah, with managing to hold on to so much stuff. Yeah, TYLOO, they think they're gonna need to have a bigger guns to compete with this kind of return CT power for Wings.
This Orb is just going to be picking off the Glocks at long range. Along with the FAMAS, Martin, he wants those eco kills. He's hunting for them. TYLOO, they do just have some upgraded pistols. Slowly, 24 and 9. It's unreal. It's just absolutely ridiculous how well he's playing right now. I'm just interested to see how will it convert into the gun rounds on the T side. For this round, he has just dry peaked LAN, and he is just feeding him some eco frags for now. And oh, we've got we are just going back to our cameras. Oh, hello there, everybody. And we will not see the rest of that round, but I hope you guys are doing very well. So we will be going, hopefully going back to the gameplay. I'm not sure if I think our game crashed on the client. Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so a little bit unfortunate, but we will be going back with it straight soon. It is what it is. That's what you get for online CS. Is the bane of the existence. You know, it's knowing that we can control. Sometimes it just happens, but a very good game of CS so far. We can actually chat about it. We can talk about. Well, I guess one thing that we've banged on about so much is just the lackluster, just everything from Wings Up, and then now all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay, they've got 7 rounds. This is actually maybe possible.
Well, one thing that really strikes me again, you know, we've been going after WUChildKinG real hard because we put them up on that pedestal, and of course, the next logical thing when you put someone on the pedestal is to knock them off again with as much speed as possible. But what WUChildKinG in the second half, it seems like they shrugged off their first half weak performance, and now they're on the CT side, they're playing a whole different game.
Yeah, completely. I mean, we have only just seen one. We haven't actually seen a gun round yet. We've seen a force buy round where they had a big lack of utility, but it was definitely something nice from the C side. We saw a very different style of gameplay, and it would actually be the first gun round now. So there is a chance we might have missed it. So we will hopefully be back. We'll be going back and seeing the scoreline of what is happening. I'm just saying, I think we actually have the same headphones as well, Pete.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, we have the exact. I think we might, or very similar. So that's very nice. You know, we're matching, we're styling. I didn't wear my Hawaiian shirt today. I actually put it in the wash. I wore it yesterday back from LAN.
What?
It also has some green on it, so I can't wear it annoyingly. So it's very, very upsetting. I can't wear it with the green skin. But no, we are back in the game, and it looks like TYLOO actually lost the gun round, so now they're back on the Deagles.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is getting quite close now.
So that's over the 2 halves. You know, if we include the end of Wings Up's T half, that's going to be 5 in a row for them. And suddenly, it's not looking so unbelievable that Wings Up could actually come back.
Yeah, it's going to be 11-9 in favor of TYLOO. Definitely a lot closer. What it was like 11-3 at one stage. This is, yeah, I would have thought it'd be done and dusted. This game could have. I thought it'd probably already be over right now. And Wings Up, they're looking good. TYLOO, not so much. They're just going into their crosshairs right now. And the players who weren't necessarily doing very well are now. Attacker does hit a nice little 1 degree. Will be hit in the behind. Bomb gets dropped. Slowly hits one with a scout, but just prolonging the inevitable, I think. Taking a long-range fight with Long. Firstly, with his deagle out, will hit the scout shot, but can't do that with a scout and expect to kill.
So, I mean, from my very limited competitive experience myself in other games, one of the things that kind of has struck me a few times is that, you know, it's fairly logical to think if we are struggling at, you know, an early stage of the competition, you know, to say if we're struggling now, how could we possibly compete, you know, when it gets to the higher levels? But I think what we're seeing from Wings Up is this struggle is actually making them a better team, and we're seeing it happen before our very eyes.
I mean, CSGO has the just glory of being able to you can reset every round. That's how CS is. And right now, TYLOO, they finally have an opening pick, but it might be very short-lived. Lan, he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. Smoke to his left, smoke to his right, which is about a fade and a flashbang. They know he's here. He is trapped in. He will scope. They will hear it. He'll get a spam off. They're going to drop in front of him. But wait, they're just feeding him right now. The nade will finally execute him. 2 for 2, and Summer's on very low HP. TYLOO, I'm not sure if this is a win in their books, unless Attacker can catch off the long player, which he might be able to.
Oh boy, WUChildKinG, show us more. Up to 9 kills now, which is not bad at all for the half. Lan up to 11. Bingo on 12. This is a vastly different Wings Up team. As we were talking about before, they seem to have shrugged off the 11-4 first half entirely. TYLOO, not a single round so far this half. This could be it for them, but WUChildKinG, the barrier between them and the A site, WUgaSsS is there as well. I don't see this being TYLOO's round.
Unless they can trade out, or they're going to have their knives out. I'm not sure what the point is of doing that, because you don't actually move that much faster if you're shifting with your knife or a gun out. So to put Attacker now in a 1v3, Wings Up, they'll be looking to get double digits, and they'll be looking to inch their way closer to victory. Molotov goes down, he takes the long-range duel, and he does not win it. Bingo. He puts them onto 10, and there's only 1 now between these two teams.
Flawless half for Wings Up so far. So incredibly impressed. Lan and WUChildKinG. Freddy, do you even remember when these guys were on 0 kills? I sure don't. It must have been a different game.
It's gonna be, yeah, this has seemed like everything's flipped on its head. A tactical pause will be coming in for TYLOO. They haven't got any money. They didn't get the bomb down. It's not looking good for them whatsoever. And what a comeback it would be to end off this series and eliminate TYLOO if Wings Up were able to get 16.
I mean, we look at the other players, though, on Wings Up. Martin, I think, is going to hold their head high of this last game. They kept Wings Up afloat as such as they were in the first half, almost single-handedly, and up to 19 kills right now, while the carries of Wings Up have finally woken up. I don't think we'd even be here if not for Martin.
Oh, yeah, like, he had a very good start, and he's able to then propel them back into this comeback, which is really, really valuable. And TYLOO, they will buy into it regardless of them not having too much money. They're on 3 AKs, 2 Galils, not a huge amount of utility, but enough to make it work. Default towards the B-bomb site. It's a norm for a lot of these teams nowadays. Trying to trickle out the smoke on the CT side. They are doing effectively. And playing a very slow-paced T-side right now.
We've got Bingo doing their best impression of Slowly, but they've actually got Martin there as backup, so the B-side is strong. Lan going to be locking things down in mid, and TYLOO, with 1 minute left to play on the round, they've not gotten too much progress. Martin spending a lot of time trying to make sure that nobody comes through, but TYLOO are stubborn, and I think they're still going to force their way onto site. Summer gets the first kill in, and maybe this is the opening, or maybe not.
Well, I mean, the Molotov doesn't go deep enough, and Lan, well, you wouldn't think he's the guy with 0 frags, because right now, he has just got such a enormous confidence. WUTet, Danking, they've got the bomb, 30 seconds, they're going to make their way up short. They've got no utility. They're going to go into the hands of WUgaSsS, who's a full HP rifler. He's got the AK in his hands. He's waiting for them to get to the bomb site. But he will just exterminate them.
Here comes in the
first and the second. I mean, I thought he whiffed for a second, didn't he?
It looked like he was going to, but yeah, the right man for the job. The rest of the wing squad, as you're saying, they were all heavily wounded at that point. So perfect that TYLOO went into the 1 strong remaining bastion. Silo, 7 rounds, 8 if we count the last T round in a row for Wings Up. I don't know, what it must be like for the TYLOO comms. I don't think anyone predicted this. The Wings Up, they've shown great resilience. The rewards are starting to flood in. We're still not done in this elimination match. TYLOO could still find a way back in.
Unless you just have stuff like that happen. The nades, the orb, everything is striking them down. Look at the HP with the round barely started. They'll be grouping up towards mid now. Where do they choose to go? Will they force it up short, and will they force it into the hands of both WUgaSsS and Lan, where the utility is waiting for them?
I don't know what the next move is for TYLOO. As mentioned before, they're going to have to be going out dry, and a lovely catch from Lan there in midair. A follow-up grenade takes most of the squad, and just like a passing breeze, TYLOO are gone, and slowly it's the only remaining reminder that they were ever there.
Flawless CT side right now. 4-11 was the half. Slowly does hit a nice deagle shot, and that's the first clear he's got in a very long time. That's 8 rounds in a row in consecutive order for Wings Up. They'll be looking to get 4 more, and they'll be looking to close out this game and eliminate TYLOO on a very well-played CT half.
Oh my lord. I can't think the last time I saw a half like this, a comeback like this. We do see Dan trying to fish for the damage. Of course, we've seen many snipers manage to knock a chunk out of the B defenders before they even get there, as the WUChildKinG returns. Does go 1-for-1 in the trade, but WUChildKinG stays up and fighting with a second.
Very nicely done. He pushes them back out of long, and the comeback is still alive. TYLOO with 1 minute 20 are going to group up towards the B bomb site. DanKing left in middle, and left to his own demise, seeing what he can do there. And TYLOO, I'm not sure what they can do with this. They don't even have... They have 1 flashbang. That's not going to really be enough. Last time they missed a Molotov on Bingo on Plat. Will they do the same? Lurk smoke out. No util baited apart from that 1 Molotov. A little bit of success. They're going to throw a Molotov Plat, and it's going to miss yet again. Bingo just going to sit behind it like last time. Spamming away. Hasn't hit anything just yet. Literally matrixing around his bullets they are. Now it's going to run through a smoke with 0 flashbangs, and they're just going to run into the meat grinder. What can you really expect? Slowly, out in the open, fully blind, DanKing with his orb with 40 seconds left. Probably just looking to save this.
I don't know if they even can. With Wings Up decide they want to get out and take DanKing's life away from them, I don't think there's anything they can do about it. Wings, I think maybe they're just happy to just keep the even keel. They're not going to risk anything. I mean, look at those bang bounces, Freddy. Latin up to 11k.
This is very reminiscent of TYLOO's CT side. Dust2, it's not normally that heavy of a particular like CT or T side. It does tend to have a lenience to the CT side, but I wouldn't say it's like outrageously, you know, you're having this much of a flawless dominance. But right now, that's what's the case. DanKing, he tries to save over that AWP. He can't. He's $100 going into this next round. They're going to have to buy up around this now, so they're not going to have the guns out next round because of him. And Wings Up, again, they continue 9 rounds in a row flawlessly. 13-11, 3 away from the magical number 16. TYLOO, they're taking a timeout. Letney, this is his time to speak. This is the time where he can talk to them and just figure stuff out, because right now, their mentality, I bet, is in the bin. They've just lost their AWP. They've saved it for no reason. And nothing they're doing is working. Long is not working. B's not working. Mid's not working. What will, Pete?
I just don't have the answer to that question. I'm not convinced that TYLOO do either. I mean, this is just absolutely one of the most shocking ends to the day we could have asked for. Wings, I think we're seeing, you know, the taste of their full potential on display. For TYLOO, I just don't even think they know who they're dealing with anymore. It's a completely different team than they've beaten down again and again historically. Wings, I think they've reinvented themselves. They found a new way in, and I hope for them that they can take this further forward in the competition.
Yeah, I think that they've really impressed everyone. TYLOO being a little bit quicker up short here. They've thrown their smokes. They're not going to have too much congestion. They're going to face Lan, who's sitting on ramp. He's got a full belt of utility. There's no one really else close mid towards him either. WUgaSsS is the closest all I can see. They're playing a nice 2B default, but it's not nice when something like this happens. They're also going to have 3Bs. There's literally no one to help Lan. He's going to have to shoot the ducks. But to be fair, actually, wait, there's 0 utility. Okay, like he's literally going to be farming them. TYLOO, they have nothing left. With a minute left on the clock. They're just dancing around middle with no real direction.
No, and I think that's for TYLOO, that's what's been haunting them this whole half. The spectre of wings up, arriving like a bat out of hell. Martin is waiting, the guardian of the gate. TYLOO coming in. They need this so bad, but there's nothing for them here. Summer's the last to fall, and TYLOO are sent packing.
I was literally looking at the setup and I was like, okay, this is awful. Wings Up have just played themselves. No, they've read that round perfectly. They keep 3B. Martin gets the first 3. Then you put the player at the back of the bomb site gets 1. And then it's just setting up that final third player for absolute success. TYLOO, I can't even remember when they got the bomb down. DanKing has a dropped over AK. There's actually has an AWP, but it means that there's no utility on either DanKing or Summer. Slowly has a flash in a smoke. It's not what you'd want, I'll be honest. They're not taking any fast presence. Wings Up, this is theirs for the taking. 10 in a row. 2 more left if they want to hit number 16. And this would be absolutely astronomical. Martin, he's been the savior of them time and time again on Mirage. Fair play to him.
Yeah, I mean, you know, certainly Lan and WUChildKinG have made an exceptional comeback in this second half. But yeah, all credit to Martin, I think, for the game. TYLOO, they've got at least the weaponry. Utility has escaped them. Just not enough money in the bank to make it happen. And this time, the news is good.
Yeah, WUgaSs's going to have to drop off his way. They're going to beat that Molotov. There's no one there to deny anything, so they're going to get ahead of short. That Molotov has just been nullified. WUChildKinG, he's aware of a long presence. He's just waiting for the smoke to fade. In the meantime, Summer, he's holding down mid very effectively with 2 frags. And finally, TYLOO, they've broken through Wings Up's defense. And they've done so with a nice short play. They've attempted it so many times before, and finally it's worked. WUgaSs will attempt to save, but he will not be able to. Summer, he gets 2 in middle, and then gets to 3rd and B. TYLOO, they break this unbeaten streak, but will it be enough? Something we were mentioning was the money on the Wings upside, and it's there to stay. They'll have a buy for this, and most definitely the next, and maybe even the one after that.
I mean, sure, for TYLOO, if you're going to make a comeback, then make a comeback keeping every single one of your members alive, but this game, this series, this day, and this is only the first part of the China Close qualifier. There's still the other finals to come tomorrow. Slowly gets the trade kill, and for TYLOO, that's amazing news.
Yeah, they're able to get long for the first time in, I can't even remember, was the last time that they got control of long, to be honest. And TYLOO, they still have a 4v4, so it's not exactly super happy days. Martin's clearing out lower tunnels. This is a weird position. He's got 3 players in front of him. If they don't clear him effectively, he can get a multi-frag. Bingo's close, but not super close. He can pull the Molotov as soon as, like, as soon as Martin gets contact. Bingo should be mollying B, but he's actually going to molly top mid. Martin now, I love this position. Are they going to clear him? No, he gets a ding, gets a 2, gets 3. That is ridiculous. He lines them up. They walk into the meat grinder, and WUBnTeT, the IGL, is just thinking, what's going wrong? He's about to be knocked out in last place as Wings Up. They go 10-1 on their CT side. They found match points. And TYLOO, this is not good whatsoever.
I think that's gonna be the understatement of the century. TYLOO, hope flared in the darkness for just a heartbeat, and now that heart and the hearts of all TYLOO fans has been stilled. One last chance. Wings Up, they're on the precipice of taking this run for the lower bracket. TYLOO, show us something more.
I mean, yeah, this is your chance to do it. You've got 3 match points to contend against. It's not going to be easy whatsoever, but if there's ever a time, like as you said, this is it. This is when you need to do it. You'll be facing off against Rare Atom in the lower bracket consolidation final. And if you win that, you'll be meeting Lin Vision in the final. Lin Vision on an absolute tear. 2-0s are the only teams go flawless so far. And they'll be looking to do so, actually, I guess, in the finals as well. Whoever they meet. May it be Wings Up for the third final contender. And a flash for long. All 5 of these TYLOO players are here. They're going to try scrim it up. But look at how many defenders are here. They've got complete control. The first frag goes in favor of Bingo. Landed in a nice angle. And TYLOO, they're going to their grave. Summer, WUBnTeT, DanKing. Can they do anything here, Pete?
And it steps up the plate, grabs 2 for nothing. The WUChildKinG has Karma calling. The WUGASsS is last one standing with the AWP in the close quarters. On the other side of the box lies Destiny. They have got the shot and they got the round.
What a round. WUGASsS, no scope headshot, finds the short player. I said that TYLOO, they had to show why they earned it, and that's it. 1 out of the 3 rounds they need to go to overtime has been secured. No way do they choke now. They've come back this far. Wings up. They have another chance, and that's not a good start. WUGASsS, he's feeling it now. They're invigorated, this Chinese-Indonesian team, and they're going fast out long yet again. WUChildKinG and WUgaSsS forced off the angle, but on the other side of it, you can see there's aggression with this AWPer up middle, who flash off the opposite AWPer momentarily, but he's not going to find any rewards for it, I don't think so.
Bingo, as you said, getting clipped on the way past, will be occupying the B site very weakly, but TYLOO are fishing up a long. They don't see anybody so far. WUgaSsS is there. The Wings are not quite in position for the immediate response. If WUgaSsS gets seen, this could be over in a hurry.
He's got just that smoke in his hand, which is going to be really valuable. And now, you can see the rotations did incline off for a second, but that nade, it's going to do no damage, actually. Still, 4 players in long, 1 top mid. WUgaSsS, he's playing around this smoke on site. He's actually going to get blinded by the flash in pit. And he's got everything to deal with now. They're all coming upon him. He's been spotted as well. Wings up in a 3 versus 5, just looking to save, I assume. And save they might not even get.
Man does get one on the tail end, but yeah. TYLOO, they've taken another step forward. Overtime is hanging over us like a giant forbidding cloud. These 2 teams will not let go of each other. Wings up. I'm certain they must have felt like this game was over, but maybe it'll never be over.
It seems like this game is just going to go on forever, no matter what happens. The money for the CT side is crushed. TYLOO, they're coming back at the worst and the best times. They still got to do it in overtime. Bingo, he's going to be allowed to save this A1S on the basis that TYLOO's money is equally bad. No AWP is going to be quite... Do they get an AWP out? I'm not even sure if they do. Bingo can drop one over to WUgaSsS. Martin can buy himself, and then Lan and WUChildKinG can do for the moment. It's not going to be the most ideal buy, but it's definitely not the worst. Lan without his AWP, I'm interested to see that, and this is where WUChildKinG, this is where he has to show why he's on. Well, he needs to do what he was doing on Ancient if Wings Up want to close this out right now.
This is the last window of opportunity before we pass into the forbidden lands of overtime, and then everything is up for grabs, including a TYLOO comeback. It does, yeah, I'm still amazed after we saw the 10 rounds in a row that TYLOO have even got it inside themselves to come back. Well, the evidence lies before our eyes. It feels like TYLOO have got enough to come back. Seconds ticking away. Round 30. This is where it happens, or this is where the saga continues. Dang, it is a little slow on landing. Doesn't get the shot out. Could have been the turning point.
Yeah. Okay, Wings Up. They've actually taken long this time, but it hasn't been contested. TYLOO are playing a very slow round for potentially the last round of Dust2. And what a third map. What a series we've had. Martin, he needs to step up. This is him. Yeah, this is so tense. Why are they playing slow? I don't like it.
I don't like it either. Oh my god. Martin is waiting. Martin's legacy is this situation going to be backing off. I think both these teams are so aware of what is in just a single round of CSGO. Potentially a path to play on the world stage, or even more rounds as we go to overtime. TYLOO are waiting. Time is ticking. In comes to execute. Martin's there.
This is an interesting one. I think it's going to be a fit. They're throwing mid to B, and he's been caught off guard. Now only 1 player on the B bomb site. It's all down to Lan, and he hasn't stepped up. TYLOO, we're going to overtime.
It seems inevitable. There's nothing coming back from Wings. And all it took was the one right strategic play. TYLOO do lose presence on the flank, but for Wings, they've got nothing to lose now. They've got to throw in everything and somehow find a way to go for a retake successfully.
Kit is on the ground, but they're not even able to get it. They've been chopped down, and over time, it's on the cards.
That is... oh my lord. What a comeback from TYLOO. We're gonna go round again, gentle viewers. This one isn't gonna be done until we have a definitive winner, and we don't even know if one overtime is gonna be enough for these monsters.
What a game.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, Wings up, they got it this far and just couldn't close it out. How have they... I mean, now their mentality's in the bin.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, to be so close and to have it all taken away from you. I certainly wouldn't like to be in Wings up position as much as this has been their half. For that ending, TYLOO can definitely continue on. I don't know if Wings Up are going to be able to, to recover from this, and well, over time, is at least you've got enough rounds to be able to get some kind of idea of what the teams are right now. TYLOO, they've proved themselves when it seemed the most unlikely. 4 out of the last 5 rounds belong to them, and maybe even the next 4 rounds as well.
Oh, I think everyone needs to take a breather right now. TYLOO, fair play to this. I'm in disbelief because it's like this game's been so back and forth, hasn't it, Pete?
Oh, for sure. I figured while we've got time while Wings Up and TYLOO get themselves ready, you may as well, I think you mentioned it very briefly, but we have got the results in from the upper final, a 2-0 for LinVision against Rare Atom. So we know what the rest of the bracket looks like. We just don't know who's joining Rare Atom, in that lower finals tomorrow for that last space in the finals.
I think it's very interesting. We were looking at both these. We were looking at this bracket today, and we were saying I was looking at Wings Up and LinVision. These are the 2 teams where I was thinking, okay, they can cause an upset, but I think it's going to be very difficult, and I don't see it necessarily happening. But then it has. You've got LinVision already through to the finals. Wings Up, they're trying their best to vanquish the gods that are TYLOO. Is it going to be enough? Because they've done. I mean, what was it? There was 10-1, and they got it to. Well, it was 15-13. So they'd literally won. It was like 15. It was 15-11, I think it was. So they got so. It was 15-12. So they went 11-1 on their CT side, and it still wasn't enough.
Yeah, it's an awful position to be in, and it's telling, I think, that we've got TYLOO the ones running around during this break between regular time and overtime, going around just picking up some kills, getting some plants in, keeping limber. Martin taking a moment of solitude before it all kicks off, just to think about what Wings Up have done to get themselves this far, and I can only imagine what the coaches are saying to both squads.
Oh yeah, I think that's a really important factor. Something we were talking about a lot is the significance of the coach for especially TYLOO. We were mentioning it in the original preview versus LinVision of you've got Letney on this roster. You've got one of a player that has got, he's a very talented player. If you are a fan of CS, you will know who he is. He's played all the way since 2012 in the Serbian team, on teams like iNation with Yanko, the analyst, Emmy, the great IGL playing for Partizan right now, Nico, who's played as an IGL, Hunter, his brother, he's played with all these players, and then alongside that, Madden, and then everyone else on the Contact and Crazy rosters that were making consistent top 20. He was also then coach for the Extraman roster, where you have Azza as an IGL, you have all these great players, including where he actually met BnTeT, I would assume. And then so now, this is where his job is most important, to calm everyone, to chat to everyone, and just to get everything sorted.
And from, actually, I was saying this before, and I didn't even block for my original notes, is I don't, and say this may not be actually the case, it may just be a administrative thing, that Wings Up don't have a coach listed, so I don't even know what the kind of support structure is there that's going to allow them to reset coming into overtime.
Well, so especially for HLTV, the one problem that you have on here, I think you have to play a certain amount of maps to get the coach, like a certain amount of tournaments to get the coach on.
Yeah, the actual sort of slot.
Yeah, for the slot. So they might have one, we just might not know about it.
I hope they do. I really hope they do. So yeah, we just got our players waiting for it to go in. We're getting, the players trickling across. TYLOO, interestingly, be the ones who are taking a little bit longer to ready up for this overtime. I would love to be on a fly on that wall to see what they're saying to each other, because it really feels like the first round of overtime is going to set the flavor for the rest of it. If Wings Up can break the streak from TYLOO, then I think, we start to get into real competitive space. If TYLOO keep up what they've been doing into overtime as well, I don't think Wings Up can hold together.
I mean, I'd love to be on a fly on a wall, but I don't think I speak Mandarin. I don't speak Mandarin, so I might struggle a little bit.
A multilingual fly on the wall, yes.
Yeah,
that's right.
I'm a fly on the wall that I could pull out any single language, and I've got it. But I think this is going to be it's going to be a very interesting one. I'm interested to see, is everyone just going to win their CT side, and it's like whoever gets around on the T side.
Could be. Oh gosh. No, I think that's actually a very fair point. The CT halves of both teams have been beyond belief. In fact, I think you mentioned this before actually. 11 rounds for both teams on their CT half, and just the 4 back in return. It's just unfortunate for the way that she worked out there with TYLOO starting off on CT first.
This is really taking all the mental capacity out of. It's been a very long day. I think I must say. I think it started to hit me how long it actually has been.
Yeah, we're just watching these guys play. We're not even in the arena with them.
I didn't even realize it's like, oh, we've literally been, we've been here for a very, very long time. But
I think it's going to be 9. Yeah,
we started at 9. So I don't know how many. That's 1, 2, plus 4.
9 hours, though we did, of course, have the break in between.
Yeah, a break in. But like, yeah, we had a good break. Right now, though, TYLOO, they're finally back on their T side slowly. He had a very slow end to that last few rounds. He was really dropping off, but he will be able to award. He has a second chance now, second light.
Yes.
Wings Up. This is their chance to stamp their approval on this game, on this series, and on this region, really.
For sure. I mean, everything we've seen from Wings Up on the CT side has been spectacular up until the end. It's just unfortunate that TYLOO, unfortunate for Wings Up at least, that TYLOO are taking the end of that last half straight into this one with another chance to keep that momentum going on exactly the same configuration. Slowly getting chunked, though, is the start of good news for Wings Up.
I'm looking at WUChildKinG. This is not exactly a great position to be in. He's all by himself at long with 3 coming out the door. He's going to get flashed off the angle. He will have support from his AWPer. He's going to throw a flash of himself, and everyone's just looking at him, but no one's getting through. The AWP won't be good for Eddie. We'll actually just get destroyed by BnTeT. WUChildKinG doing all by himself. WUChildKinG 2 won't be able to get the 3rd, but I think he's done enough trouble. The bomb is down on long, very far back. Martin, Gas, and Bingo all rotating in from shore. They can deny the bomb on the cross.
The 3-man gang is coming, and Attacker is dropped. There will be Summer removed as well. It's all down to Slowly. And what a sigh of relief it must be from Wings after losing 3 rounds in a row with this exact setup. They have got one back, and they start overtime strong.
What a round. Very scrappy. I was looking at that setup and I was thinking, well, this is going to be very unfortunate. ChildKinG all by himself. Nope, he does exactly what I thought he couldn't do. He gets two, denies so much time, allows for the rotations to come in, and that's perfect. What more can you really ask for, to be honest?
You've just got to dig down deep and ask for everything from all of your members. This is what we're talking about as well. At this stage of the competition, we are in the lower bracket finals. This is elimination time. This is not the end of the run, but these players are being asked for everything they have and more. You don't know going in how it's going to measure up ultimately, but WUgaSsS is there. In comes the charge. Wings managed to get 1 for 1. They've got the members. They're bringing the grenades, and TYLOO are starting to falter.
They're faltering, but look, it's all down to Bingo. Now with one more player in front of him, and he hits the headshot. No way! Bingo! How has he been able to do that? The aim is clinical. TYLOOKing now, all left by himself with the bomb on his back. They know he's towards B, but he is going to run away. Knife in hand, AWP on his back. He's going to go through T-spawn, but I think ChildKinG will hear him. And Bingo, the IGL, doing everything so far for his team in this round. And yeah, TYLOOKing's going to get hurt. Or not, because ChildKinG, you might want to turn up your volume. 40 seconds on the clock, 1 versus 3. We've seen it happen before. Surely not.
Oh my lord, I was pretty much ready to give this round over. Bingo and WUgaSsS. I mean, Bingo's got the 3k so far to TYLOOKing's 2. Well, Bingo is walking Moon and WUgaSsS is low as well. It looks like both of them will be coming in through shots. The plant is made. TYLOOKing.
Ooh, he's got away.
Broken line of sight, but he hasn't gotten away, and that will be a defuse in time. But TYLOOKing, they made us a believer, if only briefly.
I mean, he's one of the main reasons why we actually came into overtime for the first place. He got that unbelievable no-scope headshot 1v3, and, I mean, fair play to him from that front. Wings up, 17 to 15. Maybe TYLOO's last invigoration was all to Vayne. Last overtime now. Because they got that bomb down, TYLOO will have at least enough in the bank to get somewhat of a full buy. But I'd say they have to win this round if they want to have a chance.
Oh, for sure. Wings are very close.
Literally, actually.
Yeah, I mean, Wings have done an incredible job here on their new CT half. They almost managed to get through it completely flawlessly. TYLOO, they got to be bringing out something a bit different. But right now, they are stalled out. No mid-control quite yet. They're looking like they might be able to punch through there.
I mean, they're just taking their time. TYLOO, they do like to play a very methodical style of their T site. It just didn't work until the end, and now they're going, well, it did work with those 2 rounds. Let's just do it again. What was working as well was their long control, and they haven't really contested that at all in this overtime, which I find quite strange, because that was what was working for them. But because they're not doing it again, you can see that Wings Up is able to commit just 1 player long. You've got 1 player holding short, and then 3 towards B. The only problem with this now, though, is that TYLOO, as they're grouping up towards the A bomb site, Land's going to be in a bit of a pickle, because TYLOOKing's holding the angle. He cannot peek back into this. Now he can. He's got timing.
Oh gosh. Yeah, ChildKinG just off to the side, but Wings Up, they've got the main strength on B, and we can see TYLOO are all over A. In comes the utility. Ben is gone. Land able to break line of sight and get away. Now the rest of Wings Up can try and close, but Slowly is waiting for them and doesn't get the kill.
It doesn't even matter. He doesn't even need to get traded out because they do succeed. Martin almost on a 30 bomb. Land, the fact he survived is so important. TYLOOKing flashed off the angle momentarily. Will convert onto that first. 2 more in front of him. Can he do more? Yes, he will. Some are there to help him. Land, ChildKinG now left in a 2 versus 3. They've got a single flashbang which will be used onto long or onto short, and Land doing his best ChildKinG impression now. First shot, very close and personal. The last 2 from short. Bomb has been tapped. He hits the second, and then TYLOOKing hits the third. Is there time on the bomb? I think they're just about is. Land with wonderful 3k secures Wings Up their 18th, a flawless CT side, and TYLOO, they need to win 3 in a row if we want to have even a hope more going into double overtime.
Alright, we've got our players readying themselves. TYLOO wouldn't be at all surprised to see them want to take a little bit longer coming in, because This is a huge ask for them. Everything from the end of the second half has been swept away. It doesn't matter anymore. And Wings, they are almost ready to take flight into the next round of the lower bracket. TYLOO, I don't even know what's going to happen, but it's not going to be good. Almost certainly.
Shocked we got to this stage. Players readying up very fast. And well, I mean, we can talk about the major because this is you know, the qualifiers to it. Shocks, a player who's made every single major, is the first one he won't make.
Oh.
The Pre is the only, if I'm not mistaken, the Pre is the only player now who's playing on Vitality. He's the only player to be at every single major. And Carrigan, ooh, I'm not sure about that one, but it's one of the two players. I think it's literally only one more. I think it's literally only one player.
Well, we'll keep an eye out very closely to see if anybody from either of these squads, particularly from Wings up as it's looking like right now, can try and put themselves into not exactly the same conversation, but be a name that's spoken around the world. That's the kind of thing you dream of as a competitive esports player. Bingo comes in.
Aww.
Wings, they've got the first kill. Bingo turns it into number 2.
Oh, what a way to end this game, potentially. Bingo, the IGL leading by example, crisps the first one, and then just so blind on that second. DanKing tagged on the cross, leg shot inbound. Summer, DanKing slowly. Is this possible?
Oh my lord. At least TYLOO have got the 2 members in place where they need to be. Slowly will not be part of this final decision. They've got the smoke down. The path is open.
Oh, they've made noise.
The shot is fired. That's 1 down. That's 1 step closer to a comeback.
I mean, this is going to be mighty hard, Pete. They know. I think they know there's 2 more CT, and I'm interested to see if they expect slowly from short as well. Man, he's holding them, but his flash will push him off. They know there's at least 2 more CT. Okay, definite now. Slowly, they're going to expect him coming from short. Martin's going to be clearing it very long. 3 versus 3. The nade's actually connected to WUChildKinG. The bomb is ticking down. All 3 players have kits. 2 smoke left. Martin, flanking from CT, finds the first, but doesn't actually spot the second. Land still holding for this, and now it's all down to Summer. Smoke towards long, trying to isolate his fight, but it does not matter because the smoke actually misses. Oh my god, Wings up, they come back from 11-4 down on Dust2. We go to overtime, it's a flawless overtime, and what a game from them. That is absolutely ridiculous. And we will see TYLOO, a team we thought were one of the favorites going into this tournament, a team that just qualified with Blast Premier, will be knocked out. They'll be said goodbye to, and what a game and what a day we've had today, Pete.